Being affected by a physical condition is among the downfalls of being too ignorant of how healthy lifestyle should be practiced. You need to remember that it is not always about heredity. Instead, it is also partly about how you treat your body and how you spend each day. It is just about logical reasoning. For instance, do you think you would be staying healthy despite your engagement with vices? Despite the lack of hereditary issues, it is fairly sure that your system is detrimentally affected by your vices. Once you're affected by a physical condition, you could no longer escape. Your last resort is to survive it just to lengthen your life. After all, it is your sole responsibility. One of the most detrimental physical conditions you could be affected with is diabetes. Fortunately, you would no longer find it difficult to assess your lifestyle with diabetes, now that you could follow that diabetic meal plan guidelines and tips. To give you a few, here are the following. Count the amount of carbohydrates you consume. This diabetic meal plan practice would certainly give you an advantage of controlling the levels of your blood sugar. Also, this is a way of budgeting the amount of carbs you would consume in a day. This is to guarantee that what you would consume is enough and you would determine what specific foods would contribute to your goal. There are recommended amount of carbohydrates for men and women. For men, there is a recommendation of 45 to 60 g of carbs per meal. In contrary to this, women are advised to consume 30 to 45 g of carbs per meal. Assess the foods you would purchase in the market. In order to create a fridge full of safe and healthy foods, you must at least know what foods would match your diabetic meal plan. Before shopping, bear in mind that nutritional labels must be read. If you want the best for your diet, you should buy meat, poultry, cheese, omega-3 fish, fruits, veggies, as well as yogurt. For the meats, you should avoid processed as well as lunch-type ones. On the other hand, for fruits and veggies, make sure you choose low-carb ones. You could include 3 g of celery, 5 g of pepper, and another 5 g of broccoli. Moreover, for fish shopping, you could include tuna, sardines, mackerel, and salmon in your list. Take note of the foods to avoid. Of course, opposites would always be present in a diabetic meal plan. If you have foods to eat, there are also ones you need to prevent when you have diabetes. First, you should avoid imitation seafood. Despite the presence of real fish in the food mixture, it would still provide you a significant amount of carbs. Second, if you want whipped toppings, you should start disliking it now. Normally, these toppings contain trans fat as well as corn syrup. These are among the foods to avoid, whether you're diabetic or not. Lastly, avoid fast foods, such as sausages, hot dogs, and other meats that are preserved.